Well, look at this depressing lack of snow yet again. It's crazy how much snow is not here at the moment, which kind of makes what I want to do a little harder, because you can't track stuff, you can't see what animals have been where. I was really kind of counting on some snow, and it's a safe bet that there should be some snow at this point. We're like 5 days from Christmas or something like that, and it's just crazy that there's not a bunch of snow here. So I'm all turned around. I'm looking for that camera that I put on that log that was kind of looking at a little deer trail. I'm gonna find that and then work my way to the other one, the camera trap, and we'll check that. So I was hoping this would be a pull the camera trap, poke around and look for potential new locations based on animal travel, kind of a day. But it's not feeling like that because I can't track anything. Not that foxes are going to use game trails all the time, but just to get a good idea of where animals are moving through, you know. So I don't know, we'll see what's on the cameras. Maybe we'll get lucky, but I need to wander around and find this first one first. I do have a GPS coordinate, but I thought I could stumble on it. We'll see. Anyway, welcome back to SNRF Quest, and hopefully next time I'll be welcoming you to winter, but doesn't feel like it right now, other than being cold. This is a weird season, weird year. So last year was record snowfall. This year is late start. So anyway, here we are. Let's find that camera. It is true that winter actually doesn't even officially start until tomorrow. Matter of fact, I think the winter solstice is 21st. So tomorrow night, Friday, is the actual first day of winter. So don't lose heart. It's not even winter yet. But you can lose heart if I can't find this camera. We'll find it. I was thinking on the way up here that it's crazy that I put cameras up a year ago, starting out this project. Put 2 cameras out, episode 1, right, of this little YouTube journey, and I got a Sierra Nevada red fox on my first couple of camera placements, and no hint of one since. It's been a year and a couple months, and it's getting old not getting any action on the cameras. I mean, it's fun being able to be up here, being able to set cameras in a national park, in an area where there's cool critters. But man, a year is a long time. It would be really sweet to get a little, at least a teaser, you know, another little carrot hanging out there to keep me going, because this is making me tired. I think I see my think I see my spot over here. Yeah. Coming in from the other side. But there it is. Camera's here. And it's kind of our little trail, so let's see what's on it, huh? Looks good. Hasn't been too frozen over, doesn't look like. I was worried on the camera trap about having flashes buried under snow and all of that this time, but that's a non-issue. All right, play back. 5 videos, which is probably 3 of them are me. I don't see any motion on that one. And again, I'll put these on the computer. Oh, it's a big critter. Probably a deer licking, sniffing. We'll slow that down and look. Something right at the camera licking it or rubbing against it. There's some snow in these. You can see some snow on the ground. I can't tell what that is either, and this is going to be me setting it up probably. Oh no, it's not. It's snowier than it was. Whoops, wrong button. That one. Okay. I don't know if you can hear that. I can hear stuff right at the camera. So it could be squirrel or something. On this little log right here. It's gonna be it. So looks like deer trail as expected. Nothing else super exciting. So an animal at least, but from here I think I can find the other one, so we'll wander down that way. And I do have some time today, so I'm going to poke around a little bit and see if there's any promising spots. I'll move the camera if I find something amazing. So let me button this one back up. I'm gonna leave this one here for now. It's on this trail, so we should get more stuff coming through. But yeah, unless I find something else, I'll come grab it and take it with if I find a spot where it has to be. All right. So I was literally looking around my drawers and stuff for my gaiters because I'd seen the storms coming and going. We've had storms, and there's a bunch of snow on Mount Lassen, and I knew there'd be snow, and I was trying to decide if I would need snowshoes or if I could just do it in boots. And I thought I'll just do boots and gaiters and keep the snow out of my socks, you know. And couldn't find them, and I was sweating it driving up here. It's going, man, I'm gonna want those. Not so much. It's crazy. This is just upstream from where I've got my camera trap, and there's actually another like really good bridge right up there. So makes me question the log that I've chosen you know? I don't know. All right, let's get down to my spot. Here we are. Everything looks all right so far. Got the camera and a flash over there, flash up there, flash, trigger. Maybe we got something this week, huh? Let's check this guy first. We got 8 videos. 8 of them on there. I know the sun's in my eyes here. I don't know if you can see anything. Alright, that's me just now. Me again, me again. So we're down to 5. Can't quite tell. I think that's that heron again, and it looked like my camera got it. Might have some great blue heron photos. There's a nighttime one. Snow. A raven. And me when it was snowing, getting out of here. So, leave that off for a minute. All I saw on the only flashes I saw going off on that thing were when that heron was standing there. I don't know if you can see that, that's ice. It's cold. Alright, here we are. That's me about to fall in the river, moving slow. Squirrel at night. There's that heron. It's actually kind of a cool image. We'll get that on the computer. More snow, looks like a squirrel in the snow. It's me leaving. That's it, people. So we have found a spot where a heron likes to hunt, and a spot where a squirrel crosses the creek, you know, and a potential spot for any other critter that roams far and wide, like a bobcat or a fox. But it's no gold mine, right? So I'm tempted to yank everything, just go on a little hike. Pick a new spot. It's been 4 weeks, 5 weeks right here. So when it does dump snow, my stuff's gonna start getting buried anyway. So yeah, I think I'm gonna pull it. We'll take a little walk around, see if we can find somewhere else enticing. But the creek crossings that we have right here are there's so many logs down that it's kind of like, which one is an animal going to use? I don't know. Tough to say. Yeah, so we may pull it. We're gonna go on a little hike and lug this thing around the woods and we'll figure it out. My trail camera's over here freaking out. I just walked over here. Having a hard time. It's on off. I didn't want to stay off. Okay, so that's my new plan. Cool picture of a great blue heron. We'll call that a win, and we will find a new place. So let me pull up a map, see where we can even go. I don't know. I don't want to get anywhere so hard to get back to that I can't get to it when it dumps, you know. But there's a pretty good area I can access, so we'll figure it out. All right, leave no trace. We're out of here. Let's go see what we can find. There's so much water. This little area. I'm a quarter mile from where I was. Such a pretty little spot. That's just another thing that makes what I'm doing hard, I think, is there's not like one water source or one place to cross a creek or one obvious path of travel. I mean, it's wide open, and there's water everywhere. There's shelter everywhere. There's, you know, there's stuff you're looking for when you set up a camera trap is literally like everywhere you turn. So it's a bit of a shot in the dark, man. But still hoping to find something. Again, I feel like I'm almost on hold until I can get up here in some snow. But we'll set up somewhere. We'll get a spot and ride it out for another couple weeks. But see what we can find. This is fun. This is probably the work of a big old pileated woodpecker. In this area, man, that's a spot a squirrel would use, owls would use. The woodpeckers get in there and tear it apart, make it loose, getting bugs, poking holes, and then the other critters come and move in. A little symbiotic relationship. Pretty cool. We're getting into some thicker cover. Maybe we'll find a game trail in this action. Okay, fast forward like an hour. I'm like 2 miles probably away from where my camera was, and I'm getting into like sugar pines and kind of some different vegetation, less rock and stuff. As I've been hiking, I've kind of been thinking I should change sort of my strategy a little bit, because there's so many spots that are potentials that there's not really a good like pinch point or you know, natural sort of bottleneck that you're looking for when you're setting up a camera trap. So I've kind of changed my game plan to looking for habitat for like a food source in the winter. As I'm hiking, I'm finding a couple of these like little sort of meadow marshy kind of pond areas There's a fairly big meadow back here behind me. Let me flip the camera around. So the edges of this are really good, like rodent habitat, right? Or like voles, the kind of critters that a fox hunts, especially in the wintertime, when they can hear them moving around down behind the snow and they go digging for them. So I've come across a couple of these, and I'm gonna find a fairly dry area on the edge of one of these and set up a camera. Kind of in the hopes that when it snows over, hopefully very soon, this will be a prime area for hunting food. Rather than trying to find a bottleneck, because there's not really many good ones. And this is a pretty flat area, and there's not like a little canyon between rocks or anything crazy that would contain an animal like a red fox. It's just kind of a four-wheel drive critter. So this is my new strategy. I'm looking for rodent habitat. So at least for a while, we'll give it a couple weeks and see if we have any luck. But I got to get something set up and get hoofing it, because the day is wearing on here. All right, kind of backside of that same meadow, there's a pretty established little trail over here behind this wet spot. I gotta assume the water level's gonna stay about the same. This has been traveled quite a bit. So again, deer, whatever else, but I'm gonna kind of follow this little trail a little bit and see if there's a good spot to set up on the edge of this area. All right, I think this is gonna be it here. There's kind of a game trail going here around the edge of this water, which is on the edge of this meadow. Seems like the best way to come and go from this spot. So I got this log. I think I'm gonna set up on that log, looking about like that, and try to catch somebody coming this way along that trail. That's my thought. I can put flashes up there. I got some wood to work with here, so seems like it should work. I don't know if you can see that very good, but definitely got some moisture going on in this flash housing. I didn't open them up at the other spot. I just threw them in my bag. Still flashing, still working. But I don't know why I'm getting water in this one housing still. It is so sealed up, but it's hard to even open it. But we'll keep it rolling. See how long it will last. These flashes are pretty indestructible. Hopefully it'll keep clicking for me. Those guys, every single one of them had moisture. This was the worst. Must have had some crazy rain, man. But every single one of those SB28 flashes is still firing. So I'm gonna let them dry out for a while here while I set up, and we'll keep them going. The one that was wet before, I put one of those silica gel packs in it, and that didn't seem to really help at all. So they've all got a little bit of moisture. I've got these caps that are just PVC, and they go down so tight that I can't even hardly get them off when I get them on there. And the other end is glued. I mean, there's a cap that's glued on all the way around, and that piece of whatever that is, acrylic in the end, is is glued in place. I don't see how water's getting in there. I mean, short of using like PVC cement and never changing the batteries, I don't know what else you'd do, but open to ideas. It's worked good until now. So just a ton of precipitation, I think. All right, that always takes so much longer than you think it's going to, but trail camera here looking down the trail. Where my shadow is kind of where the trail goes. Camera, I got one flash unit there, another one up there, so we'll just walk the trail. Coming on here, the trigger is going to show up right there, right? So now you can see everything but one flash. So we'll keep moving. Gonna get our picture taken right about here. Yep, and the other flash is here. So it's tripping a little later than I want, and I've moved the trigger a lot. With the trigger here with this little blinders, and I got it where I think it's tripping right after that tree, but could just be the light making it trip late right now. Probably do better at night, but I think that's all we can do. It's like wide open that direction, so it is what it is, I think, at this point. That's a better angle. So that's picking up motion right at those trees, and it's not triggering, it's not firing until pretty late. But I got my focus point like right here, so the image will be that kind of with the critter like right there. So I got to hit the road, but it's a new plan for a couple weeks. One thing I like is the height of everything. I'm good with the exception of that flash, and the camera itself is 2 feet off the ground, 2 and a little bit. So I can deal with a pretty good storm. I've had flashes get completely buried in a snowbank and keep firing in there, and it actually creates like a little soft box sort of light for the flash. It's not a bad thing. My worries are the moisture in those flash units and the trigger placement. I'm hoping I don't get the tail end of a critter here, but I think if it's at a walk, I'll get him. If it's at a trot, I might not. But I think it's the best I can do. I got my GPS marked, and I'm walking away. So say goodbye for a couple weeks. We'll leave that in the woods. See what we get. This is what a lot of it looks like heading into that area. So I'm liking my snowshoe access also. And if you notice, I did switch cameras. My GoPro battery got down to like 50%, and it started just shutting off, saying low battery, shutting down. So that's like the 5th strike against the GoPro for weird glitches every once in a while. I don't know why it does that, but I'm on my phone with no stabilization, and I'm sure you're seeing that, so that's why. Anyway, I'll go charge the GoPro back up. I gotta just pretend like the battery's dead at 50% apparently, which sort of stinks, but there you go. I should probably buy a new one, because GoPro comes out with a new model every 10 minutes, and mine is now really outdated because it's like a year old. What are you gonna do? I should clarify, I didn't go 2 miles deeper into the woods from where I was. I kind of crossed the park road a little ways up from where I was, and anyway, it's snowshoe accessible where I'm at. It'll be a hike, but it's not like I have to climb a mountain and all that to get to it. So kind of looking forward to getting in here with some snow. It'll be a hike, but not an impossible journey to get back in. So I didn't want to lead you astray. Don't worry, we'll be all right.